Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll share my experience with getting pregnant while breastfeeding. I'll also share some general trying to conceive tips, what I've learned about TTC now that I've been through it twice, and I'll also tell you whether or not we were trying for a boy, so stay tuned. And in case you're new here, then welcome first of all, it's so nice to have you here. My name is Karyna, I'm a full-time mom to my 2-year-old daughter Michaela. She just turned 2 a month ago, and I'm currently pregnant with a baby boy. And here on my channel I create videos on numerous motherhood topics where I share my experience, ideas, tips and tricks to try and make motherhood and fatherhood just a bit easier on you. I do a lot of breastfeeding topics, I do a lot of nutrition topics, I do a lot of product reviews, baby food reviews and more. Right now I definitely share more about my pregnancy journey as well, so if you're pregnant, certainly stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, and if all of those topics sounds interesting to you, also subscribe to my channel. Make sure to hit the bell icon because I do post every single Thursday, but now I also do bonus videos here and there. They go live different days of the week whenever I have time to post them. So make sure to hit the bell icon, enable all the YouTube notifications so that you don't miss out on my new videos. Okay, and now let's just dive in. So how was it for me trying to conceive while breastfeeding? Well, it was very different from the first time we were trying to conceive. We conceived our daughter Michaela in 1 month. It's pretty much called one try because it has only been one cycle, one ovulation. And we are very lucky and blessed with that. We were so grateful and so happy. And my heart goes out to all of you who are struggling with infertility out there, sending you love and support. And I'm sure you are going to get your baby as soon as God willing. So we were definitely blessed the first time around. And to be honest, I did expect to get pregnant the second time just as fast. But I was saying, even in one of those videos where I was sharing my cycle updates while breastfeeding, I said that I don't even know if I'm actually ovulating, because that might be the case. You might have your period but don't ovulate actually. And by the way, yes, it's TMI warning. All this video is TMI definitely, but I'm sure if you're watching this, you're probably trying to conceive yourself, probably trying to conceive while breastfeeding, and this kind of videos, there are not so many of them out here, and I hope this will be helpful to you. But if you're very sensitive, don't keep listening because I'm gonna share quite a few nitty-gritty details. So yes, I did not know if I'm ovulating, which actually, even for a woman who does not breastfeed, who is completely healthy, is okay to have up to 3 cycles in a year that don't have ovulation. So I kind of was prepping myself that this time around it might not be as fast. And it kind of wasn't, and I'll explain exactly why and what happened, because it was so funny from my, it was so silly from my side, doing that. So anyways, my cycle, as a lot of you know, was irregular in the beginning. At first, when I got it after having my daughter, again, I have video updates, I'll link them up here and in the description below about my cycle. So at first it was very irregular, and I have received so many comments from you guys also struggling with that, and every other month I thought I might be pregnant because my period was late. But then, this past summer, it got quite regular, because I'm not that kind of girl who has her period in the same day and even in the same time. I always had them 2 days earlier, 2 days later, so I was kind of used to that. But in the last update I told you that my period got more or less regular, so my cycle was about 29-30 days long, so I could potentially predict when I'm gonna be ovulating. And so obviously when we start trying to conceive, I was still breastfeeding my daughter. She was about 21 months old at that point, and if you don't know, I stopped breastfeeding her just in the beginning of this pregnancy. I was 23 months not me, her. She was 23 months old when we stopped, and I also have a whole video about that and my experience while breastfeeding while pregnant. So I saw that my periods became regular. And the first months we tried to conceive, I did not use any ovulation tests. I just followed my gut basically, because probably every woman knows when she's ovulating more or less. Well, first of all, it's somewhere in the middle of your cycle. It's also some discharge changes and your breast might hurt and things like that. So I really relied on my gut feeling and what I know about my body, and I decided to just don't use any ovulation tests or anything like that. And we did not get pregnant the first months. Why? Well, because my cycle somehow shortened. From 29 days it became 26 days. So when I thought I was ovulating, I actually was already not. Like, we missed the ovulation. The other thing is that, yes, we were kind of trying for a boy. I know it's very selfish and it's not the right thing to do, I guess, because it worked out. I mean, we kind of wanted to try for a boy, and we do have a boy. At least that's what the genetic test told us. Basically, I don't know, I feel a little shy talking about that because it's a little embarrassing, but we did not go like 100%. Let's make a boy, like let's do everything we can to make a boy. No, but we watched some videos, we did some research, and we were like, okay, let's try to do it without stressing ourselves. Whatever we can do without stress, we'll do to just give those Y chromosome a little bigger chance, right? So in the beginning, when we were trying for the first months, I kind of tried to do that boy diet, if you heard about that. Like, you have to eat certain foods to increase your chances of having a boy. And again, I did not go like 100% because I knew that would stress me out. But still, I did try to eat more of the certain things and less of the other things. You can find about that here on YouTube as well. But then the biggest thing that we try to do is have unprotected sex the closest to your ovulation as possible. The closer, the better, the bigger chance to have a boy, supposedly. So we said, okay, like, what's the big deal? And because we were not just going all for it and having unprotected sex all throughout the months like we did with Michaela, we kind of knew that that might not happen, especially the first time around. And I knew that, but to be honest, I got very upset. I got very upset when I did not get pregnant the first months. And I think mostly because, guys, I had all the symptoms. I swear, that was so much in my head probably, but that first month I was sure I was pregnant. Like, I was 100% sure because I actually had the symptoms just like with Michaela. Those 2-week wait symptoms, they were so similar. Again, probably it was in my head because I thought I will get pregnant, because I thought that, you know, I know when my ovulation is, and I did get pregnant the first time around easily. So I was so sure. And then my period came, and it came like 4 days before. And it was super painful, by the way. That brought me down a lot. And I'm embarrassed to say that, but I'm just sharing that with you in case you're going through the same thing, to support you, for you to know that you're not alone, and that's totally okay to don't get pregnant on the first try, and you're totally healthy and you're totally okay. And so the first months I knew why I didn't get pregnant, because I missed the ovulation, because we were trying to do basically one unprotected intercourse during months, which is super low chance to get pregnant anyways, and we actually did it after ovulation, if there even was an ovulation. So the next month comes around and I was like, okay, I need to know when is my ovulation. I need to get ovulation test. And we decided to give it 1 more month, to give it 1 more try, to do that trying to conceive a boy thing, to have only 1 unprotected intercourse as close to ovulation as possible for 1 more month. and I got ovulation tests. Before I got them, I thought that they are pretty accurate and they can tell you that you're ovulating. Well, if you don't know that, like I didn't, what they test for is the hormone that tells you that your body is trying to ovulate. But did your body ovulate? The tests don't know that. So that's very uncertain as well. And I was like, when I read that, I was like, oh my God, like, I'm not gonna know anyways. So I actually, from the beginning of that month, I was like, that's probably not gonna happen this month. And it didn't. It didn't happen. The test showed that I was ovulating on about day 17 of my cycle. And again, that hormone peaks before you ovulate, and how long in advance, nobody knows exactly. Everybody's different. Some tests say it's like 24 hours before you ovulate, 48 hours before you ovulate. So it's really hard to tell if you're trying to do that, trying to conceive a boy, having only one time intercourse. So again, I don't know if I ovulated. The test showed that my body tried to ovulate on day 17, 18 even. And my cycle that month was actually again 29 days. So it kind of came back to my normal. It's been 2 months of trying, and I kind of like, after the first month, I let my emotions out, and then I actually calmed down about that. And we decided to don't play these games anymore, and whatever happens, happens. And the third month, we just use the same technique as with Michaela, just like every doctor would recommend, have an unprotected intercourse every 2 to 3 days. And we actually were very relaxed about that. We were not pressuring ourselves with the idea of the boy or girl. We were not pressuring ourselves with how often we should have it, because if you have kids, you know that trying to conceive your second, third, and fourth is completely different from your first one, because you already have kids and you can't just have sex every moment that you desire. And I shared that before in my videos, that my sex drive was very low all this time that I was breastfeeding. I was still not myself completely, so that was also interfering. So it was different while breastfeeding. It was different while having a child, and it was very uncertain this time, because I did not know if I'm ovulating. I did not know how long my cycle is going to be this month. And of course, if you're trying to get pregnant while nursing your child, the biggest advice from me is to just love your partner, have sex every 2 to 3 days, and that should help, because that third month we got pregnant. And honestly, I did not expect anything. Yes, I was gonna do some tests closer to the day of my next period, but I was really not expecting that to turn out positive. And I'll tell you more about that a little later in the next video, where I'll share my earliest pregnancy symptoms, which were, by the way, completely different than with Michaela. So yeah, it took us basically 3 months to get pregnant, but again, I think if we would just use the same technique as with Michaela, we would just probably get pregnant on the first try. But as I say, God knows better, and we did get a baby boy as we wanted. But to be honest, in the back of my mind, I was like, karma gonna get me. I will get a second girl. Again, that's beautiful. I said that in my gender reveal. It's not like we were, oh my God, if it's a girl, we're gonna be upset. No, no way. Like, for her, having a sister is amazing. For me, having 2 girls, I even told my husband that with our first, I kind of hoped for a daughter a little more, just because, you know, like, I'm a girl, I know what to do with girls. Like, in my family, there are a lot of girls, and it felt like it's gonna be easier, and I will know what to do, and like more fun or something. But the thing is that as of now, we're not planning to have more kids, so we would like to experience both a girl and a boy. That's why we were kind of trying for a boy. But yeah, I guess whatever meant to be happens, and apparently we had to have both, and we did not have to do anything extra for that. So this is how it happened. I think I said everything I wanted to say. If I missed something, let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions or you want to know any other tips. And if you're not breastfeeding and you're watching this video, you maybe should try ovulation test. And if your cycle is regular, it's good to know when you're ovulating and to make sure that you're actually having sex around that day as well. But in general, what I've learned after trying to conceive 2 kids, just love your partner, have fun, don't think about it too much, and it will happen on its own time, and it will be either a boy or girl or whatever meant to be. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I felt a little uncomfortable sharing all that, but let me know in the comments below if it was any helpful, any interesting to you. I would love to hear your stories. Ask me questions, leave me video topic suggestions, give this video a big like so that more people can see it, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon. And today I want to wish you to have a smooth TTC journey, and I'll see you next week. Bye.